In this video, we're going to go over the top 10 movies that are coming out in 2023. There's a lot of them, but there's about 10 of them that are surefire, can't miss, certified bangers, right? That's going to drop from sequels to, most of them are sequels. We're going to go over the top 10 movies that you definitely are not going to want to miss when they drop. You're definitely going to want to see these movies in the movie theater, right? You're going to want to see them how they were originally intended to be viewed. Coming up first, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the latest MCU entry that's set to debut on May 5th. Supposedly it's the last hurrah with this group of Guardians that we've seen almost for the last past 10 years now. But this is the last time we'll see the Guardians, right, in this mashup or in this, in this form. It's the latest entry in the MCU. The old crew is all coming back. Peter Quill, right, played by Chris Pratt. Zoe is coming back to play Gamora, although she did come out and say this is her last time. Dave Bautista, who too said he was done pretty much playing Drax after this. And then Bradley Cooper had mentioned that he was done playing Rocket or voicing Rocket after this. And Groot, of course, just says Groot, so it really don't matter who voices or plays him. So not only will we have different Guardians, at least ones that look different on screen, but they're also going to sound different too, as we'll likely see Marvel recast the characters in between, or maybe even introduce new members to the Guardians of the Galaxy team. And then coming in number 2, we have Fast X or Fast 10, the 10th entry in the Fast and the Furious or the Fast franchise, set to come out on May 19th. Now hold on, fam, say what you want about the Fast movies or the Fast franchise. You turn your brain off and just kind of enjoy it for dumb car action. You like fast cars, and towards the end of the series it kind of turns into a mixed blend of espionage and street racing. We have new characters making an appearance, and we also have, again, dead characters coming back somehow, some way, that hopefully that they'll be able to explain and not explain away in a haphazardly way. But all the faces we've come to know and love and recognize over the last 20 years, the lifespan of this franchise is essentially coming back. The hate or love it is dumb fast action, and with my man Momoa making appearances, the main villain, curious to see what path they kind of go with it and how it will come to an end. Regardless of how it starts, we know it's going to end with family. And then coming in at number 3, we have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is set to come out June 2nd. Not gonna lie, fam, I just recently watched the first Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It was okay. At times the art style, while magnificent and glorious, sometimes it's overdone or overused, and you kind of just want the story to progress, which kind of went in an even weirder direction, to be perfectly honest with you. But nonetheless, it did well, it sold well, and you know what that means in the movie industry or in the entertainment industry. That means you're going to want more. You got to produce more. And that's what we're going to get with the second Spider-Man or Spider-Verse or SSU. That's the Sony Spider-Man Universe movie with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And again, that's set to come out on June 2nd. I may not watch it, or especially I may not watch it in the movie theater, but Skitty might. So do keep on the lookout for a possible hot take or a short review, or maybe we'll even talk about it on a future pod. And then for the 4th movie that you should be on the lookout, or you should definitely go cop and see here in 2023, that's going to be the Bayformers or the Transformers Rise of the Beast. That's set to come out on June 9th. It's going to be a busy month in June for moviegoers. Watch. But Transformers Rise of the Beast is set to come out on June 9th. I'm super hyped. This Transformers finally looks like it's going to be a Transformers that many of us have been wanting for a very long time. The Michael Bay movies, hate them or love them. Again, they're dumb, fun action that visually looks good. The Transformers look good, or they got better looking a little bit down the road. Hopefully the story will be solid, but I haven't been this hype over a Transformers trailer in a minute. The opening sequence with Mirage kind of dividing up, and tricking the police, that was hot. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Michael Bay does with the Maximals, and of course with the Autobots. And after the retelling of Bumblebee, which is a good movie, it's one we recommend here at Unlimited Max. Bumblebee was a good movie. I'm interested to see where they go with it from there. And then coming in at number 5, we have the highly anticipated, highly glorified amongst diehard DCEU fans or DCU fans, and that is the Flash movie. If you haven't recently seen the trailer, please watch trailer number 2 whenever you're watching this video, right? In 2023, maybe if it's after June, then I highly recommend you watch the movie. I'm just going by off of trailers. It looks good. The story narrative sounds good. Michael Keaton sounds good and looks good as the Batman coming back some 30-something years later. He still looks good, rocking the cowl. The action set pieces look good, a lot of nostalgic. But the Flash movie finally looks like we're going to get a worthy DCEU entry here into the mainline universe. It's something me and Skitty here talk about behind the scenes, and that's we really haven't had a solid solid follow-up to Man of Steel in the DCU. Wonder Woman was great, but it was told like with backwards continuity, or it was a timepiece, right? Like it took place before all the events we've seen happen. But there are a lot of dope and interesting set pieces and clips that are shown and displayed in the recent Flash #2 trailer that has the internet abuzz, and fanboys like myself, self-proclaimed DC fanboys like myself, more of a Batman fan. It's going to shake up the DCEU. I see it as an event that could explain, say, new castings, right? Like we're going to get a new Superman quite naturally, and we're going to get a new Batman and what have you. But I likely see it as the event that's going to introduce us to the possibilities of seeing new actors fill these roles that we've seen them in for the last 10 plus years. It's coming over on Marvel too. They need a Nexus level event. Might be Secret Wars or Secret Invasion. We just have to wait and see. And then coming in at number 6, we have the upcoming Seth Rogen's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. It's creating a very similar visual art style to the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movies now, with the sequel coming out. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is set to release on August 4th. We will get more Ninja Turtles movie. This has come from the rights owners of the franchise, as they mentioned that we will see more Ninja Turtles like property release here, games and movies. So be on the lookout for more Turtle movies, and hopefully we'll see, you know, a darker or grittier version of the Turtles, because it does take place in New York City. And then coming in at number 8, we have another DC property, and this one's our Ant-Man, if you will, like a very unknown, a character that's very well unknown to many non-comic book average movie goers, and that is the upcoming Blue Beetle movie coming out on August 18th. It's starring my boy Miguel from Cobra Kai, aka, or his real name is Zolo, the kid who plays Miguel in that show. Another series that I highly recommend you jump in and give it a watch. Season 6 is set to come out the later part of 2023, maybe early part of 2024. Hopefully it's the later part of 2023. But Blue Beetle is our Ant-Man, and this movie is set to tell the origin story of my man Jaime Reyes. Visually, movie looks good, y'all. Movie looks good. Even if you don't know who the character is, read up on him. Wiki is your friend, and Google. But read up on the Blue Beetle as a character. One thing that I like that DCU has been recently doing at the end of their trailers, and that's showing some of the most relevant or prominent comics that moviegoers should read or look into before maybe going out to the movie theater. I think that's a really nice touch to introduce these lesser known characters to a wider, larger group of moviegoers. But yeah, Blue Beetle, last movie coming out that's worth going to see in August. I mean, it's got my man George Lopez in it, so what could possibly go wrong? And then coming in at number 8 to top things off with September, we got The Equalizer 3 with my man Denzel Washington. The Equalizer 3 has also been marketed as the final entry into this franchise. So if you haven't seen The Equalizer 1 or Equalizer 2, it's probably going to be hard pressed to find them to watch them for free unless you go through other channels. But they're well worth the maybe $4 or $5 movie rental. Really good movies. Highly recommend you watch them. Equalizer 1 and 2. Get ready for Equalizer 3. Again, set to come out in September 1st. And then coming in at number 9, we have Dune 2, which is set to release on November 3rd. They follow up to the critically acclaimed first Dune. Personally, I haven't seen it, but I've read nothing but good reviews on it. Skitty has seen it. He shared nothing but positive things about the first Dune. But with Dune 2 coming out in November 3rd, we have plenty of time to watch the first Dune, and maybe we'll even do a future podcast on it, as we talk about movies that have successfully transitioned from, say, novel to film. We're coming at number 10. On November 10th, we have The Marvels, the second Marvel entry on this list after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. But that movie is going to see a crossover of shows and movie. Now, I will admit, I was super late to the party. I just recently watched Captain Marvel. I watched Captain Marvel long after I had already seen WandaVision, where that's where Monica Rambeau's character was introduced in, and how she got her powers in that show from Wanda. But I recently just watched the show Miss Marvel. It does have heart, it's touching. I don't expect a Miss Marvel season 2. If you already seen Miss Marvel, you were to watch it, share down in the comment section below your view or your take on the show. If you were like me and you said, you know what, bump it, I'm gonna jump into it, I'm gonna see what it's hitting for, I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm just gonna go in with an open mind, right, and just kind of see where Miss Marvel fits in the overall phase 5 of the MCU. All right, Mac fam, and there you have it, the top 10 movies that we recommend you go see here in 2023. Let me know down in the comment section below which of these movies that you are the most excited to go see, or if we left out or didn't mention any, also drop them down in the comment section below. Remember to like this video and subscribe if you're new to the Unlimited Mags channel or the Unlimited Mags family. I do hope to catch you on the next one. So until then, be easy.